つか叶える物語映し出す二人を結ぶプリズム同じ空をどこかで見ているから君に伝える
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the visual novel Corner. You know, after Saya no Uta, which was a pretty dark and almost depressing visual novel, I just needed something that seemed to be more light-hearted, with sugar on top. And so I decided that the next visual novel I will read will be Hoshizora no Memoria, Wish Upon a Shooting Star. This visual novel was developed by Favorite and released in March 2009. A fan translation patch was released in 2012, which was made by Staircase Subs, which is the same fan translation group that also made the partial translation patch for Draku Riot. But unlike Draku Riot, they actually finished the translation for this visual novel, so the whole VN is open to us. I don't know which route I will do yet, I'll just make my choices as they come without a specific girl in mind. Also, this playthrough will be blind, so I never read this visual novel before and this is my first time reading it. So then, without further ado, let's start, shall we? Nice jingle. That's a really slow fade to black. I liked her. Who is this person talking about? It was a different emotion from love. However, parts of those memories are now blurry, like looking through clouded glass. Although those memories weren't of love, I certainly liked her. If there was any way to prove it, it would have to be our first kiss. It wasn't love, but you kissed? It was definitely a legitimate kiss, because that feeling still lingers in my head to this day. We were surely precautious back then. Precautious enough to mistake a kiss as being a peck on the forehead. Disregarding the fact that it was a misunderstood kiss, it still wasn't love. Thus I have yet to actually fall in love. I simply liked her. Those feelings were the only things that remained clearly in my heart after all these years. So, after returning to this town where I spent my childhood, the most important thing is to see her again. Hopefully, it will be a touching reunion. I've even got my eye drops ready. I'm the type of guy that likes to be prepared. The problem is how I'm going to apply the eye drops without her noticing. Although, if by any chance I really do end up crying in front of her, in that case, I suppose the important part would be to calmly tell her the tears are fake while showing her the eye drops. Well, there's no way I would burst into tears, is there? Our relationship involved nothing more than a kiss on the forehead. The thought of possibly having my first real kiss on the dawn of our reunion feels a bit far-fetched. I don't really want to kiss, do I? Feelings of hope and anxiety swell inside me. The only piece of information I have is her name. I have no idea how to contact her, much less see her again. So giving her a call or something is out of the question. The only way I can meet her would be if I run into her on the street. I go through my blurry memories and compare things like how long this hill was, yet still seemingly shorter than before. Sometimes I would feel amazed and other times I'd feel lonely. I imagine what she would look like after growing up. I look forward to her being less outgoing. What? What's wrong with being outgoing? I feel that we'll definitely see each other again. Even if I can contact her and have no idea where she lives. Even if her name is the only thing I have. We will still be reunited. I'm sure of it. The reason for that would be the place I'm heading towards right now. Is our promised place. It was when I couldn't call myself a man yet. We had a special place.
着いたよ、ようくん。
I'm sorry, but her name is Lolly. That's funny. She brought me to a place that had a lot of lights. A countless number of lights. The lights were coming from the town and in the sky. There really were lots and lots of them.
ここがひばりが崎の展望台だよ。
So the name of the town is Hibarigasaki, huh? It was completely dark and the sky was dyed deep blue. Perhaps that's what made this place feel really high up.
ここってね、このひばりが崎で景色が一番綺麗に見える場所なんだよ。
Really?
だから夜空の星も綺麗に見えるでしょ。
Yep.
手を伸ばせば掴み取れるみたいでしょ。
Yep. In the vast night sky, it felt as if we were being engulfed by a shower of lights. I wasn't able to touch those stars, even when I stood on the tips of my toes and reached out with both of my hands. We were just waving our fingertips in the air. We repeatedly brought our hands out in worship in order to grasp the light.
ようくんはどの星が欲しい？
That one's not too bad, the bright bluish white one. So the protagonist's name is Yo. Vega, a Lyra star. It's the star representing Orihime.
私は白くて長いのがいいな。
Why?
だって白いの揚げパンに見えない？
I've never heard people describe the Milky Way like that.
あれ、天の川って言うんだ。
Did you know?
悪いの？
No, not really.
ようくん詳しいんだね。
Yep.
将来は望遠鏡になれるね。
What? I don't want to become a telescope. Looking back, she had liked the stars despite being clueless about the constellations themselves. I wasn't too keen on them, but I remembered them being taught during science classes, so telling her about the famous ones was easy.
ようくんが言った青くて白くてとても明るい星ってどれ？
That one.
どこ？
The one above the fried bread-looking star.
あれ？
Yeah, I think you got it.
なんで私が選んだのの上にあるの？
What are you getting angry for?
ようくん、あれにしなよ。私が選んだのの下にある星。あれも青くて白くてとても明るいよ。
That's the Aquila star, Altair. Hikoboshi of Tanabata.
それか、100歩譲って左側にある明るい星。揚げパンの中に隠れてる星。
That one's called Deneb, if I'm not mistaken.
デプ？
The Deneb in Kygnos.
変な名前。
And if you connect the two stars from before with the star we are looking at now, you get a triangle.
ほんとだ。
That's called the Summer Triangle.
ようくん、物知りなんだね。
It was in the textbook. Haven't you studied it yet?
悪いの？
No, not really.
ようくん、頭いいんだね。
Of course, I'm always first in the grade.
何様のつもり？
I'm sorry.
ようくん、頭でっかちだね。
I'll apologize if I got you angry.
怒ってないよ。うん、怒ってない。
But you look a little bit
た
angry.
だ、悔しかっただけ。だって、私の方がお姉さんなのに。
Oh. She was older than me. As a child, I thought the reason I didn't see her at school was because her classroom was on a different floor. When we met, it was always after school. The first thing I would do after class was meet up with her. Though I don't exactly remember where we met up. Furthermore, I don't remember how we got to know each other. What time is it?
わかんない。
It's dark already, so shouldn't we be going home? Shall I walk you home?
男の子だね。キスってしたことある？
What's this out of the blue?
ようくん、学校の勉強はできるのに、それ以外は疎いんだね。
Really?
ちょっと、目つむって。
Why?
なんでも。
That's a bit scary.
怖くないよ。うん、怖くない。
That's kind of fishy. She gets a little impatient.
早くしてったら、お姉さんの言うことが聞けないの？
Now that I think about it, she didn't know much about love either, so having her confess to me was highly unlikely.
私のファーストキスあげようって言ってるんだから。
She only wanted to exercise her authority as the older one.
恥ずかしいから目つむってほしいな。
I closed my eyes with anticipation, but nothing happened.
まだ目開けないでね。
Her voice sounded really close and my heart started beating faster.
開けたら絶好だからね。
At that moment her voice was a little different from usual, though I couldn't tell in what way. Even now I can't explain how it was different. I felt something briefly touch my forehead. That giggle contained both embarrassment and a hint of
あ
triumph.
と1分したら目開けていいよ。
I opened my eyes after carefully counting to 60. She's gone! What? She wasn't there anymore. She had suddenly disappeared. I was surprised. She didn't come back even after I called out to her. Since she was the one who brought me there, I also had no idea how to get back. I cried until morning when someone who was taking a stroll with a dog eventually found me. I don't remember how we started to get along, only that after finding out about this place, we often met up here. Whenever I felt like playing with her, I went to the place with the best view of the stars. We met up during sunset and waited until the stars appeared. It was the desire to reach out and grasp the light which appeared to be within arm's reach. Who's that?
いいも何も
And who's that?
屋上の使用許可が下りないんだもん。こっちはいい加減まともに活動したいのに。
They're both pretty cute. The loud voice shaps me out of my recollections.
生徒会の方々、テンクルを目の敵にしてますからね。
What is the SRC and what are the Tenkuru?
方々っていうか、こももちゃんだけね。
And who is Komomo-chan?
姉さん、昔から星が大嫌いですから。
Oh, is Komomo-chan her older sister?
私は大好きだよ。それはもう耳にタコができすぎて焼いて食べてしまいたいほど聞きました。
Yeah.
何しても七夕まであと3日だよ。せめてそれまでに屋上使わせてくれないと。
What is Tanabata? Let's ask Wikipedia, shall we? Here it is. Tanabata, meaning Evening of the Seven, also known as the Star Festival, is a Japanese festival originating from the Chinese Quixi Festival that celebrates the meeting of the deities Orihime and Hikoboshi, represented by the stars Vega and Altair respectively. According to legend, the Milky Way separates these lovers and they are allowed to meet only once a year on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month of the lunisolar calendar. The date of Tanabata varies by a region of the country, but the first festivities begin on July 7th of the Gregorian calendar. The celebration is held at various days between July and August.
天体観測愛好サークル、略してテンクルの名折れですね。
The Astronomy Lovers Circle Tenkuru.
織姫と彦星が私を待ってるんだよ。
Her voice sounds familiar.
天気予報も七夕にしては珍しく晴れでしたからね。このチャンスを逃さずにカササギの橋を見届けたいんだよ。カササギというのは天の川で翼と翼を広げて架け橋となる七夕伝説の鳥ですね。もう部室で延々トランプしてるの飽きちゃったよ。今度は花札にしますか？そういう問題じゃないんだよ。
After becoming aware of my surroundings, I realized that I'm already past the school. The school called Hibarigasaki Academy, constructed en route to the lookout, commonly known as Hibariko. When I was little, I would think about how I would also attend the school someday on way to the lookout. I was probably envious of the students who looked much older than me. However, when we suddenly moved, I thought attending this place was no longer a possibility.
小雨ちゃん、こももちゃんのことお願い。姉妹のよしみで許可取れるよう頼んでみてくれない？私はテンクルの一員ですけど、姉さんの味方でもありますよ。小雨ちゃんの裏切り者。
Oh, so the right girl is Kusame-chan, no?
裏切り者ではありません。私は アスホさんの味方でもありますから。
And the left girl is Asuho's son.
だったらこももちゃんのこと説得してよ。私は姉さんの味方でもありますから。じゃあどうすればいいんだよ。どうすればいいんでしょう。小雨ちゃんも少しは考えてよ。
I suddenly make eye contact with one of the girls. They'll accuse me of being suspicious if I hang around, so I quicken my pace.
どうしたの？急に黙って。あの人、夢見坂を登っていくみたいです。本当だ。珍しいね。この先って行き止まりなのに。
Huh?
観光の人でしょうか。道を間違ったとか。
A dead end? Did I go the wrong way? Impossible. If I recall correctly, there should definitely be a lookout further up ahead. Hibari Gasaki's lookout, which she showed me. There is no way I'm mistaken. That place is the only thing I still vividly remember amidst my blurry memories.
もうこんな時間、急がないと。喫茶店のお手伝いですか？うん、お父さんに悪いし、先帰るね。はい、また明日、学校で。バイバイ。
There she goes. I continue to walk up towards the top in the opposite direction of the girl who is running down. Seriously? It really is a dead end. The road to the lookout is blocked by a fence with a no entry sign on it. Why is there no entry? It's different from my memories. This is the first time I've seen this fence, but I remember everything else. On the other side of the fence was the long and narrow road we walked on. There's no way I'm mistaken. Which means this fence was constructed after I had moved. Why? The lookout on the other side should be Hibari Gasaki's only spot for stargazing. Although it wasn't particularly famous, as even some locals weren't aware of the place, it still gave an exceptional nighttime view of the town. The night sky we gazed at together was a heart-moving view. The skies of the summer nights remind me of her. That's why I wanted to look at the summer constellations with her again. I longed to reach out to the skies with a girl who called the Milky Way fried bread. We definitely reached closer to the stars than we did back then. Damn it! That was the plan, but now they've blocked off the lookout. Is it under construction work? Is it temporarily closed for renovation? But I don't see any indication of that. The sign only states that the area is off limits. What should I do? The fence wobbles with a malevolent creak as I place my hands on it. Our promised lookout is right in front of me. We made our promise to reunite there, a place filled with memories. I thought that on the dawn of my return she'd be waiting there, pretending to be angry. Well, I don't know if she'll remember me or not.
Yo-kun, 引っ越ししちゃうの?
Yeah.
この町から出ちゃうの?
Yeah.
どうして?
Because Mom is having a transfer.
転勤?
It's when you change where you work.
どこでお仕事するの?
In the big city.
それ、遠いの?
Yeah.
どのくらい遠いの?
Very far. It's probably as unreachable as the stars.
私たち、お別れなの?
Yeah.
そんなの許さない!
But telling me that won't help.
転勤するのは親なのに、どうしてヨウくんまでいなくなっちゃうの?
Because he needs his parents to survive. I can't do anything about it. I'm still a child.
子供だからって何でも許されると思ったら大間違いだよ.
You're saying weird things.
ヨウくんは何とも思わないの?
Of course, I don't want to go either.
だったら、ヨウくんだけ残りなよ.
I can't stay here. They also said they're canceling the lease to our apartment.
解約?
It means we have nowhere to live.
だからヨウくんもいなくなっちゃうの?
Yeah.
そんなの許さない!
Saying that isn't going to help.
ヨウくん、ここに住みなよ.
Huh?
お家がなくなっちゃうなら、この展望台に住めばいいんだよ. そしたらここで一日中遊んで暮らせるよ.
It's not going to work.
やらないうちからそんな風に決めつけちゃダメだよ.
But I won't have any food.
男の子なんだから我慢しなくちゃダメだよ.
Jeez. I can't live with an empty stomach.
このキノコ食べられないかな?
I'll probably start laughing uncontrollably from eating that.
それなら一日中ハッピーでいられるよ.
There's too much loose.
ヨウくん、文句ばっかり.
It's not my fault.
ヨウくん、悲しくないんだ. もう会えなくなるのに. 私たちお別れなのに。
Aww. It was the first time I heard her weak voice. She was always cheerful, always having fun, and always had a smile. I had never heard her sound so weak. Perhaps that was the reason. I say something because I wanted to cheer her up. I'll be back for sure. She quickly looked up at me. This definitely isn't goodbye. She stared at me intently with eyes full of tears. I'll be back. I'll come back to this town. That's why this isn't goodbye.
本
It's as real as GST.
当？
An outburst. Don't worry, I'm sure GST will be 200% in a few years.
じゃあ私消費税が早く上がりますようにって祈ってるね。
She definitely showed promise as a politician.
それで消費税って何？
Okay, I take that back.
私たちまた会えるの？
Yep.
絶対再会できるの？
Yep.
お星様に誓って。
Yep.
織姫と彦星に誓って。
It's said that when the long-awaited day came, the Milky Way flooded from heavy rain, preventing them from crossing. They could only stare at each other from the opposite sides of the riverbank. Another outburst. That's alright, they got to see each other in the end.
本当？
Yep.
本当に本当？
Yep.
じゃあ約束ね。
Yep. I promise.
私たちは必ず再会すること。この展望台で必ず再会すること。織姫と彦星みたいに離れ離れになっても最後にはちゃんと二人は再会すること。そして再会したら結婚すること。
I nodded in response. That could be the biggest mistake of your life, lad. Even though I was surprised when she mentioned marriage, I still nodded without thinking. Because she said that with a smile. She who smiled was number one in my heart.
結婚して私のお尻に敷かれること。
Oh shit. I don't want to. We'll see each other again. Then we can get married. We can definitely do it. Definitely. Though I doubt if she even knew what marriage was. Or maybe she just wanted to play house. I think it's because she's emotionally younger than she looks. There we go. I brush off the twigs hanging off from my clothes. My surroundings have become dark. It seems like I've lost my sense of direction. While glaring at the provoking fence, I take a detour around the mountain, clearing a path for myself along a trail unfit even for animals. I finally make it past the fence. I walk along the road heading to the lookout. Despite being narrow, it's easy enough to walk on. Ah, I see. That's what I thought. This place hasn't changed at all. Even though some parts along the road have changed, this place hasn't changed at all. A strong scent of vegetation assaults me. The rustling treetops from the breeze. The loud and clear chirping from the insects. Just like in my memories. My memories start overlapping with reality. She'll be there. She'll be waiting for me just farther ahead. That's what I want to believe. On the night before we moved, I met with her at the lookout one last time. On the 7th of July, Tanabata. It was here that we made the promise of our reunion. It was here that she kissed me on the forehead. At that time, she smiled. She smiled under Orihime and Hikoboshi. She smiled and she cried. I also smiled in response, because her behavior felt strange to me. Yet for some reason I couldn't smile properly, either due to my twitching lips, maybe we were sharing the same emotions. I think I cried. That was the first time I understood the significance of crying. I've always been grateful for her. I liked her. That's why she waited for someone like me.
おかえりなさい、ようくん。
What? She was waiting for me. Was she? That's not the same girl, is it? Because she does have white hair, but She has green eyes instead of red eyes. And what is that thing? This crescent moon-shaped thing she's holding. She was there, just as promised.
ちょっと待ちくたびれちゃった。
The night sky was painted with the summer stars, a starry sky similar to the one on Tanabata. Under the moon and starlight I could see that she had grown. But not that much. While she hasn't changed physically, her ridiculous clothes and the thing she's holding is undeniable proof. Her appearance overlaps with my memories. Rather, they were like two peas in a pod, though she's wearing elaborate clothes. The weird scythe she's holding, it's kind of cute. What? That's a scythe? Why would she be holding a scythe? Is she a Shinigami? She changed in a way I least expected.
お久しぶり、ようくん。
Her voice is exactly the same as in my memories. Is it? I think it sounds a little bit different.
約束を守ってくれてありがとう。
But this is different from the touching reunion I had imagined. The eye drops in my hand fall through the ground.
私のことを覚えていてくれてありがとう。これで私もやっと務めが果たせるわ。
Her duty? What was she talking about? Maybe we'll find out next time on Hoshizora no Memoria. By the way, her voice. She is voiced by the same person who voiced Ilya from Fate Stay Night. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and have a nice day. Bye bye.